Good evening. Today lecture is about percent. In business math, the concept of learning percent typically refers to understanding and applying percentage calculations in various business contexts. The specific topics include markup and discount. That will include calculating the percentage increase or decrease in price. We can use it to calculate interest rates, profit margins, taxes, growth rate. So mastery of percentage is crucial as it forms the foundation for solving practical business problems, financial planning, and decision making. Learning percent in business math generally involves applying these concepts across real world scenarios. So let's go ahead and start with the first topic in percent. And the first one will be how to change from percent to decimal. So the first thing we do, let's say that we have percentage like that, 75%, and want to change into decimal. The first step, I will remove the percent sign. So it'll be 75. Second, I divide it by 100. And then I just move the decimal according to the number of zero. So to be equal 0.75. That's how you convert from percent to decimal. Okay. Let's have one practice. That's easy. Like 125%. You remove the first step. You move the percent sign. So you have 125. And then you divide it by 100. That would be 1.25. Okay. Second, changing decimal to percent, the opposite. Let's say that you have, so second topic, change decimal to percent. So let's say that you have 0.75, that's a decimal. How you change it to percent. All what you're supposed to do, then you multiply it by 100. The first step, so we have 0.75 times 100, you get 75. Then after that, just you add the sign of the percent. Simple, will be the opposite. Okay. Let's have another example. If you have 0.08, the first step, I multiply by 100, 0.08 times 100. I'm going to move the decimal point 2 spaces because I'm multiplying by 100. So if you move this 2 spaces to come to the top, so it would be 0.8, which is equal 8 actually. And then I put the percent. That'd be 8%. Okay. Let's changing fraction to percent. Changing fraction to percent. Let's just make it look nicer here. Okay. I'll do the same thing here. So let's go back to changing fraction to percent. 3/4. We want to change it to percent. So what the first step? You just divide 3 by 4. That's the meaning of it. When you divide it, you will find it's equal to 0.75, as we explained last time in division. And then the step after that, you multiply it by 100. The answer will be 75. Then you add the percent sign to whatever you get. That will be percent. Okay. So you divide, multiply by 100, and put the percent. Let's take another example that involves a little bit. 5 over 8. So the first thing you're going to divide, 5 over 8. Okay, so how you divide this? If you remember, you can go back, see 5 over 8. It's 0. Then when you add 0, you put the decimal here, if you remember. So you divide 50 by 8. That will be 6, because that will be 48. Subtract. You get 2, right? And then you put 0. 20 over 8 will equal 2. 2 times 8 equals 16. Subtract 4. Add 0. 40 over 8 equals 5. So that will be 0.625. And then the second step, you multiply it by 100. 0.625 times 100. That will be equal to, you move this 2 spaces. It comes between 2 and 5. So you have 62.5. Then the step after that, you just add the percent. Oh, easy. All right. I'm planning to cover all topics that relate to percent to make sure. Now we'll go for changing percent to fraction. Let's say that you have 75%, and I want to change this to fraction. First step, this number, you remove the sign, and then you divide by 100. And then you start to simplify, all right? Reduce the fraction to its simplest form by dividing both numerator and denominator by the greatest common divisor, which in this case, 25. And if you cannot do it in one step, you can do it in 2 times. What they mean by 2 times? For example, if you divide this by 5, what's 75 by 5? When you divide it by 5, what you get? You get 1, 5. You get 15. 100 by 5, that's equal 20. And then you divide by 5, is equal 3. By 5 is equal 4. So the answer will be 3/4. That's how you do it. Okay. Let's have a problem about they call it the 3 types, and that's the major title. 3 types of percent problems. What are the 3 types of these problems? We're going to explain it one by one. They are the basic problems using percent. The first one, the first problem we're going to discuss is finding the percent of a number. What does it mean? It means always you'll find the problem like that. It will ask you, so what is X percent of a given number? That's the first kind of problem. What you're going to, how you solve it. you will say part equal to percent, which is given, and divided by 100 and multiplied by the whole number. That's how you get the part. Example. Let's just find an example here. For example, let's say the question is, what is 20% of 50? So when you try to, that's the percent, of course, that's the percent, very obvious. And that's the whole, always comes after the word of. So what, that would be the part. Let me just write what it is. So this is asking about the part. Apply the equation I just gave it to you. So you will say 20, that's the percent, over 100 times whole, which is 50, it gives you the part, which is equal 10. Okay. So that's the first type of problem. The second one. The second one, that's what percent one number is of another. It's just the title of the second type of problem. Will be now understand it soon. So how we do this, or what exactly the question about? It will be like that. Say x is what percent of y. That's the question. How you answer this? They are asking about the percent. All right. X, that's x. That's actually the part. And they ask about the percent and y will be the whole. So just let me, of course, we're going to do different format than the first one. That's the part of the whole. How do you know that? Comes after of, always the whole. And what they ask about the percent. So to find the percent, in this case, the formula used, that's the percent equal part over whole times 100. So actually, let me give you a secret of solving any problem. Percent over 100 is equal part over whole. It's enough to know this rule to solve any type of problem, 1 or 2 or 3. So let me show you now an example. In this example, the question is 25 is what percent of 50? That's the question. They are asking about the percent which represent 25 out of 50. The most important thing in this one, you got to know what is the part and where is the whole. This is the part and this is the whole, and they ask about the percent. Okay, so look at this one, the percent. I'm going just to copy this one and use it. Okay, and let's just substitute. Percent, it's unknown. That's the question. 100, you put the 100. Part, what's the part in this problem? 25. So replace it by 25. What's the whole? 50. You want to find the percent. So it's easy. Percent will be equal to 25 divided by 50 times 100. You'll get the answer. which will be 50%. So this equation really I like. Solve even the first one. If you apply it, try to solve it at home. Try to solve this one problem the first time. It will be easy to calculate. Now let's go for the last type of problem, which is number 3. And usually in number 3, they will ask to find the whole. So that would be about finding the whole when the percent and part are known. So you know the whole, you know the part. No, you know the percent, you know the part, and you want to find the whole. Okay, that's sometimes people look at it as the most difficult one, for one. But actually, no, if you're going to use the just to explain this one. Okay, let's just take example. Let's take example. I don't have to write any formula. 20. That's example. 20% of what number? What number is 30? So I told you the secret of solving any problem like that, define everything. What is that? That's the percent. Of what? That's what comes after of whole, right? Whole number. And this one, the part. Okay, once you define it, you just go ahead and use the same equation. I'm not going to give you now different equation for anyone. So I'll take the same one. It's really nice. Copy. And I put it there. Percent given 20. All right. Part 30. Whole, that's the unknown. Cross multiplying. And just out here was something called cross multiplying. Cross multiplying, when you do it, because I did last time, but I didn't explain. It means this one times this one is equal this one times this one, the scissor. This product equal this product. So 20 times whole equal 30 times 100. You want to get whole, so you divide by 20. You divide by 20. So whole will be equal to 30 divided by 20 times 100. 5, so it'll be 150. That's the answer. So even though this one usually, people think it's the most difficult one, actually it's easy. It's no big deal, as if you follow the same rule. All right. Now let's just take word problem. See, now we're just getting every time higher one. So word problem now. I will write an example, and then I will show you step by step how we solve it. On a set, I'm sorry, on a test, on a test, let's say consisting of 60 questions. A student received a grade of 85%. How many problems did the student answer correctly? That's the question. Okay. So we'll read the first thing, read the problem. Okay, we already read it together. Second thing, after read the problem, identify the base, the rate, which is percent, and the part. So we're going to define three parts. I'm sorry, three parts. We don't want to find the base. Let's make it colored that you can see. The base. What is the base? What is the percent? What is the part? That's the important part. So we can use our nice formula. Well, the test has 6 questions. And when we read 6 questions, so that will be the whole. So the base will be 60 questions. The percent, he solved 85%. That's the percent. The part, this is unknown. How many questions the student answer correctly? That's the part. Okay. So we're going to use our nice formula. We just said. What the nice formula? Sorry, I'll get it the same thing. So I'll not change anything. Percent over 100 equal part over whole. You can flip them, by the way. You can get it different order. Like, I'm going to show you what I mean by this. If you wish, you can do this. Here. It's correct. Why? Because they are equal. It doesn't matter. The same thing. It's a nice formula. So let's now... Oh, that's not our place. Anyway, I show you how you write the equation. Now we'll go for our problem here. Part. That's they ask for. Whole. How many questions whole? 60. Percent 85. Replace that by 5. And just cross multiply. So you have 100 times part equal 85 times 60. You ask for part, so divide by 100. So part will be equal 85 times 60 over 100. That can be solved, and you multiply, this is 0 cancel 0, multiply 6 times 85. All right, let's just do it. 85 times 6. 5 times 6 equals 30. 0 and you have 3. 6 times 8, 48. And then you add, you get 51. So you got 5, 1, 0, and you have 10 on the bottom. Will cancel, so you have 51. So the answer 51. So it means this student answered 51 questions correctly out of 85, out of 60 to get 85%. Maybe the question will be a little bit tricky. They ask you how many problems did the student answer incorrectly. So let's say that, what does mean 51 here? Using 85%, you will say that the student answered 51 question correctly. Out of 60 question. If the question incorrectly, you will subtract 60 minus 51. That would be 9 question incorrectly. What is the percent of incorrectly? That's easy. 85%, you subtract from 100, so you get 15% incorrectly. That's easy to do. It's just I show you that how you use the same formula to solve a word problem. Okay, let me take another word problem, last one. That's related to your field. Let's say that the cost of a suit that was originally $30. No, I'm sorry, $300. That's very cheap. $300 was reduced. Let's say reduced to $180. That's a good discount. So the question is, what was the percent of the reduction? Now we're talking about reduction rate. Just make sure that you can read my handwriting. Okay. Oops. Okay. So, let's see here. Okay, clean it. I'm going to play the same game, do you think? Do you want to find the percent of a reduction? The percent of reduction. Do you want the percent of reduction? Well, it was 130 and becomes 300. So if you want to find, that's the reduction rate. So you got to know what is the amount in dollar of reduction. So the reduction will be the original price, which is equal $300, minus the new price after reduction, and you find the difference, which will be equal to $120 reduction. And you use this as a part. And where is the whole? The original price, that's the whole. And the percent will be the unknown. So our equation, let me show you last time we did. That's our equation. Part over whole, part over whole equal percent over 100. Same equation. So part, this time I'll keep it so you can remember the equation I'm using. What is the part? $120. The whole, it was $300. Percent unknown. 100. Multiply 300 times percent equal 120 times 100. Divide by 300. Divide by 300. Percent equal. You can have here, you see, I will do it. So you have 1, 2, 12, and you have 0, 0, 0, 3 zeros, and divided by 300. So we'll do 2 zeros cancel 2 zeros. It's 2 zeros goes 2 zeros. And you know, by 3 is 1, by 3 is 4. So 4 and you have 0 be 40. So it is percent 40%. And that's it. Okay? Well done.